Hey there! Let's talk about a wild ride from the 80s, Dr. Detroit. This 1983 comedy, directed by Michael Pressman, stars the always hilarious Dan Aykroyd as a super awkward professor turned totally over-the-top fake mobster. You've got Howard Hesseman, Fran Drescher, Donna Dixon, and even the godfather of soul himself, James Brown, popping up for a cameo. Seriously, how much more 80s can you get? The movie hit theaters on May 6, 1983, ran about an hour and a half, and is rated R because, well, it gets a little rowdy. The budget was around $8 million, and it squeaked past that at the box office with about $10.4 million. Not a blockbuster, but that's part of its charm. So what's the plot? You've got Clifford Skridlow, this super shy lit professor at a struggling Chicago college. Out of nowhere, he gets dragged into a crazy scheme by a flashy pimp named Smooth Walker, Howard Hesseman. Smooth's in trouble with a gangster called Mom, so he invents a tough guy called Dr. Detroit to scare her off, but then basically dumps the whole mess onto poor Clifford. Now Clifford has to pretend to be Dr. Detroit, with wild costumes, a metal glove, and Smooth's 4 employees suddenly counting on him. He tries balancing his day job as a teacher, saving his college, and showing up at a glam players' ball. By the end, he's fighting off Mom with a sword-sized kebab skewer and somehow pulling his double life together in the most ridiculous way. Who's in it? Dan Aykroyd as Clifford Dr. Detroit, Howard Hesseman as Smooth, Donna Dixon, who married Aykroyd after filming, as Monica, Fran Drescher before The Nanny as Karen, Lynn Whitfield, Lydia Leigh, and, of course, James Brown. There are some real gems in this cast, and it's actually Aykroyd's first starring movie after John Belushi passed away. The music. The soundtrack, awesome. Devo did 2 songs, including the main theme, which got some play on the charts, and you get to see James Brown bring the house down on screen. There's also some Rick James, Chuck Brown, and more, all adding to the movie's funky vibe. Did critics love it? Not really. Roger Ebert liked Dan Aykroyd in it though, 3 out of 4 stars, even if he admitted the script was kinda basic. Siskel called it a genial mess, and the review scores aren't the greatest. Around 29% on Rotten Tomatoes and stuck in the middle at Metacritic. But here's the thing, while it wasn't a huge hit, it picked up a loyal fan base over the years. Folks dig it for its bonkers sense of humour and the performances, even if the plot's all over the place. Random fun facts. The end credits joke about a sequel, Dr. Detroit II, The Wrath of Mom. Never happened, but the wink to Star Trek is pretty funny. Most of it was shot in Chicago, with a few scenes done in LA. If you love cult classics, check out the Blu-ray from Shout Select. It's packed with extras and interviews with Aykroyd and the director. Bottom line, Dr. Detroit is quirky, weird, and totally 80s. Dan Aykroyd goes all out, there's killer music, a wild cast, and it captures that anything goes vibe of the decade. Sure, it feels kinda like a long comedy sketch, but fans love it anyway. So, have you ever watched Dr. Detroit? Drop your thoughts in the comments and don't forget to subscribe to Movies of the 80s for more awesome throwbacks.